turned from them and watched it begin, the brightening, our windows lit one by one from within, cellar to hall to kitchen. If brigade bells sang, they sang in vain, for flames were already spilling up the drapes to erase every hand and face from their gilt frames, swiping china and ivory knives, fox furs and silks, tugging precious stones from each brooch's golden grip. I am a stone released from old gold, and oh, I blaze a Sunday through every week. Kathleen Griffin's portrait is inspired by an autograph book of famous signatures and notes by friends. A drawing of a pansy, symbol of loving feelings, features the silhouettes of Constance Markovich, Eamon de Valera and Michael Collins. Kathleen once witnessed several drunk black and tan soldiers accosting a boy. She told the men that the boy was her brother and saved his life. Kathleen met Constance Markovich several times. She was a founding member of Cumann na mBan and would become the first woman elected to the UK House of Commons. As a teenager, Kathleen joined Cumann na mBan. She is described by her granddaughter as a real rebel right to the end. Michael Collins was an Irish revolutionary and politician who was a leading figure in the early 20th century struggle for Irish independence. He would go on to support the Anglo-Irish Treaty as offering the freedom to achieve freedom. Supported by so many notable figures, De Valera was successful in the East Clare by-election and was elected as the Member of Parliament for East Clare. The by-election was a milestone for Sinn Féin because it secured a popular mandate ahead of the 1918 general election. Among the autographs Kathleen gathered were those of Markovich, Collins and De Valera, alongside Arthur Griffith and the Brennan brothers, Michael, Patrick and Austin, leading Clare figures in the Irish Volunteers. In 1922, Kathleen married British soldier William Rawlings, and they raised their 5 children in Ennis. The autograph book was donated by her granddaughter, Marion Trevelyan, to Clare County Museum on the 100th anniversary of the East Clare by-election. Georgina Frost was 36 years old when she replaced her father as Petty Sessions Clerk for 6 Mile Bridge and Newmarket-on-Fergus Courthouse. However, the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland rejected her appointment. Under British law of the time, a woman was not considered a proper person. Georgina brought her case to court, and twice it was dismissed. However, the women's rights movement and the work of the suffragettes was gaining recognition. In 1919, a new law, the Sex Disqualification Removal Act, was brought in. In 1920, Georgina's case was heard for the 3rd time, this time before the House of Lords. She won, and Georgina Frost from 6 Mile Bridge became the first woman to hold public office in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. As one of her supporters wrote, though, her wonderful courage and determination had demonstrated a woman's absolute fitness for another important sphere of public life. Kathleen Talty grew up in Carrigaholt and with her sister Susan was educated in a convent secondary school in Manchester. In her 30s, she worked as a teacher and was captain of the local Cumann na mBan group there. In 1918, Eamon de Valera was among several Republican prisoners in Lincoln jail. He became an altar server for the prison priest and obtained a waxed impression of the chaplain's key. His fellow prisoner Sean Milroy sketched the key as a design on 2 postcards. Each key was made and smuggled into the jail, but neither worked. For the third attempt, Susan Talty McMahon baked an oblong fruitcake and inserted a blank key wrapped with some nail files. Kathleen carried the cake in her luggage for the 3-hour train journey from Manchester to Lincoln. It was a cold, snowy morning of February the 3rd, 1919. She later said, "I don't think I was nervous. I felt I had a good chance of getting the cake through to the prisoners." That night the key worked. De Valera, Sean McGarry and Milroy escaped. During World War II, Kathleen retired and returned to Ireland, living first with family in Wicklow before moving to Kilkee in Clare. It was her niece who discovered a letter tucked under her pillow after she had died. It was from De Valera, acknowledging what she had done. Kathleen herself had no doubt about how pivotal her role and other women's roles were. She later recalled that they were exciting days, the days of the freedom fight. It was a time in which we all played a part. Peg Barrett came from Dara and was born into a family strongly influenced by the cultural, political and revolutionary movements taking place in Ireland. Peg is remembered fondly as hard-working and diligent. Her statements reveal the extent to which Cumann na mBan women were involved in the independence movement. Peg was proud of their efforts. On the Golden Jubilee celebrations in 1966, marking the Easter Rising of 1916, Peg appears in several photographs holding a placard, marching with fellow Cumann na mBan members over the club bridge in Ennis.